Welcome to a new video. One Life opens with the story of Nicholas Winton, a modest British stockbroker who stumbles into the heart of a historic humanitarian effort. As the film begins, Winton, in his elderly years, is portrayed by Anthony Hopkins as a man carrying the weight of past decisions. Interwoven with this is the story of his younger self, played by Flynn, whose life changes upon witnessing the escalating dangers faced by Jewish families in Czechoslovakia in 1938. The filmmakers emphasize how Winton's personal transformation begins gradually. He isn't a diplomat or a politician, but an ordinary citizen with a keen sense of justice and responsibility. The film subtly establishes the time and place, contrasting the safety and stability of Britain with the rising threats on the European continent. This introduction builds anticipation, showing viewers the contrast between Winton's peaceful life and the escalating dangers that will soon test his character. As the plot unfolds, young Winton finds himself overwhelmed by the dire situation in Czechoslovakia, where Jewish children face imminent danger from Nazi forces. The camera lingers on his expressions, capturing the moment he realizes that these children's lives depend on immediate action. Winton's compassion shines through in his interactions with families on the ground. He's visibly struck by the desperation of parents who have no safe refuge to offer their children. Through intimate close-ups and slow, deliberate pacing, the film conveys Winton's internal struggle. His initial intent to help modestly quickly grows into a more ambitious mission, one that will consume his life in the coming months. This section of the film shows the weight of moral responsibility beginning to shift from something theoretical to a deeply personal commitment. Winton's inner conflict and newfound resolve are presented with grace, helping viewers appreciate how a seemingly small decision becomes the catalyst for life-altering actions. Winton returns to Britain, and here the narrative grows more intense. Faced with bureaucratic red tape, lack of funds, and the indifference of the British government, Winton begins a near-impossible mission to orchestrate what would become known as the Kindertransport. The logistical hurdles are immense, and the film depicts each setback in vivid detail, each denied visa, rejected petition, and mounting pressures. Winton's persistence is portrayed with subtlety, showing not just his frustration, but also his refusal to accept defeat. At this point, his mother, Babette, played by Helena Bonham Carter, steps in as his steadfast supporter. The dynamic between Winton and his mother adds an emotional layer to the narrative. She encourages him, arguing passionately on his behalf when his own hope seems to waver. Babette's advocacy provides the warmth and strength Winton needs to continue, a reminder that even a single supporter can be instrumental in the pursuit of justice. This part of the recap can focus on Winton's ingenuity and resilience. With every obstacle he faces, he finds a way around it, securing funding through donations, appealing to officials, and coordinating with families willing to take in refugee children. The film meticulously shows each step, capturing the urgency with which Winton handles the details. Through these scenes, the audience feels the relentless push against time, knowing that every delay could mean tragedy. The climax builds as Winton successfully arranges trains to carry children out of Czechoslovakia. The children, many of whom are only just beginning to understand the gravity of the situation, are depicted with poignancy and innocence. Their confused expressions and tearful farewells lend a heavy emotional weight to these scenes, as the film captures the heart-wrenching goodbyes between parents and children. The quiet resilience of the parents, hiding their fears to comfort their young ones, is palpable, and Winton's pain mirrors theirs desires as he watches these heartbreaking departures. Each train departure is a reminder of Winton's limited resources and the looming sense of urgency. There are moments where he questions if he's done enough and reflects on the unrelenting pressure to save more lives. The filmmakers use this tension to great effect, creating a deeply immersive experience that allows viewers to understand the stakes and the heartbreaking decisions families must make. As time progresses, the border restrictions tighten, and Winton is forced to work faster than ever before. The film emphasizes the scale of the rescue mission, depicting how the demands of organizing the kinder transport take a personal toll on Winton. He is visibly weary, burdened by the awareness that he won't be able to save every child. These scenes convey the psychological weight of his task, underscoring the fact that, though he's a hero to many, he's haunted by the lives he couldn't rescue. In his later years, we see the toll these memories have taken. Hopkins's portrayal of the older Winton offers glimpses into his quiet anguish. The film carefully builds the emotional resonance here, using a combination of flashbacks and reflective scenes to show how Winton is haunted by the choices he made and the limitations of his actions. His humility and underlying sadness highlight the humanity behind the heroism, showing that, for Winton, his deeds were not about glory, they were a moral imperative. The film's emotional crescendo is its reenactment of Winton's 1988 reunion with the very children he saved, now adults with lives and families of their own. Sitting among them, Winton appears bewildered at first, unaware of the purpose of the gathering. When he realizes who these people are, he's overcome with emotion. This reunion scene is a moving testament to the lives he helped preserve. His stoic demeanor softens, and Hopkins beautifully captures his character's sense of both relief and pride, as well as the underlying sorrow that has shadowed him. As he meets each person, there's an overwhelming realization of the far-reaching impact of his actions. The film doesn't rush through this moment. Instead, it savors each exchange, allowing viewers to appreciate the magnitude of Winton's legacy. This climax, underscored by the joy and gratitude of the survivors, drives home the message that the impact of Winton's courage and selflessness has touched not just hundreds, but generations. One Life closes with a quiet, reflective tone. We see Winton looking out, his thoughts heavy with a mixture of sorrow and satisfaction. He remains a humble figure, never fully comfortable with the praise he receives, but understanding the value of his actions. The film leaves us with a message of hope that ordinary individuals, when driven by compassion and courage, can effect change in ways that resonate far beyond their immediate actions. Through its careful storytelling and rich character development, One Life serves as a moving tribute to Nicholas Winton's life. His story is not just about the heroism of one man, but a reminder of the profound difference that empathy and determination can make, even in the darkest times. The film resonates as a story of resilience, hope, and the quiet strength of moral conviction. Then we find that Nicholas Winton saved 669 children. Nicholas died at the age of 106, and this story is based on fact. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and comment and share with your friends.